chumbara, chumbara, vitally, vitally, vi. Vitally, vitally, vi. Chumbara, chumbara, vitally, vitally, vi. Vitally, vitally, vi. Chumbara, vitally, vitally, vi. Chumbara, chai. Shaberski, 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 chow, chow, chow. Shaberski, muscle, shaberski, 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 shaberski,
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our 30-year celebration. It is our Pearl anniversary, and that's why you guys all have a pair of pearls on. I think I'm going to stick around to the diamond anniversary, which is your 50 years, so maybe we'll all get some diamonds. But today we celebrate 30 years of excellence, and many of you guys are dressed today from the 80s, and that's how students would, what they would wear to school back in the 80s. I know one student told me today that they wish they could dress like this every day. I know, it's kind of fun, huh? And as we began planning the celebration, we started wondering what Back Elementary was like 30 years ago. I know the first principal, he couldn't be here today, but they didn't have to deal with cell phones back then, right? Students maybe had to pass notes on paper, or this is what cell phones looked like back in the 80s. So I don't think students could stick that in their pocket and text each other without getting caught. And students couldn't use Google to search for things. We actually had to use things called encyclopedias. And there were no iPads or arts back in the 80s. And back in 1985, when the school opened, a movie came out that topped the charts, and it was called Back to the Future. Yeah, y'all seen that movie? And in that movie, they actually went forward in time 30 years to the current day, October 2015. And some of the things they predicted in the movie that we might have, we actually do have, like handheld video games. We have those, right? And big screen TVs. But some things that we still don't have that they thought maybe we would have are true hoverboards. I know they're trying to come out with hoverboards, but we're not quite there yet. And then flying cars. So we need you guys to grow up and develop the first flying car, okay? And even though we have changed a lot over the last 30 years with our technology and our resources, one thing has stayed the same. And that has been that our community, our staff, our parents, and our students have been continuing to strive for excellence. That's right. And I think that deserves a round of applause, don't you guys? So let's excellence. And we want to thank each guys for making Back Elementary a special place to be in the past, currently, and as we move forward into the future. So we'd now like to welcome some of our special guests who have joined us this afternoon. If you guys could stand when we say your name, but we would like to recognize our area director, Linda Burleson from Area 7. Well, now I would like to especially recognize one very special person. She has been here since day one when the doors opened at Back Elementary. She is the backbone to our school and truly cares about our students and their success. She keeps asking me when I'm going to send her on a cruise. And for now, she definitely deserves one, but for now I'm going to present her with something that she can just cruise around with today, okay? So let's hear it for one that is committed to excellence at our school and has been here the entire span of Back Elementary, Mrs. Pat Baker.
like to welcome all of you to my second home for the last 30 years. Someone at this school said the other day, well, we just knew somebody who knew the history of this school. And I looked at her and said, what do you want to know? And she said, where did James Back come from? Where did they get the name? Well, the name was an original pioneer in the Garland area who farmed land over on the Rowlett Creek. Now, his grandson donated the land to the school district on the condition that we built a school and named it after his granddaddy. Well, his granddaddy was named James McLaughlin Back, and that's where Back came from. Now, I'd like to tell you about the beginning of Back because it's unusual. We started back in 1984, and if you figure that up, this is our 31st year that we were not in this building. We were housed at Rowlett Elementary, and there are some staff members here that were housed in that elementary with me. It was not fun, but we got to move into our brand new building in April of 1984. Been a lot of changes, and if you own a home for that many years, you know you make a lot of changes. Our walls have gone from white to blue to taupe. Our floors have gone from burnt orange to blue to tile. Our technology has changed. We've gone from TVs and VCRs to computers, presentation stations, laptops, iPads, and MacBooks. And for someone who doesn't know a lot about computers, that's terrible. Okay. The curriculum has become more rigorous in the fact that what I expected my first graders to do in first grade 80 years ago, pre-K now does. So you can see how much more it has advanced. But what has kept this building from going and the school from transitioning towards the future is our teachers and our students. And we couldn't have done it without the staff that we've had in the past. And now I would like to introduce to you the wonderful principals I had the pleasure of serving under here at Back. Mel Bartow was the first. The man is 80 years old now. He has an airplane, he still flies it. He's in Pueblo, Colorado, and he couldn't be with us today. The next one was Melanie Price, and Melanie, if you'll stand up. Melanie was our principal from 91 to 1997, and then she made some big thing that they were going to do that was going to be great for our school, and they moved her. So our assistant principal at the time, Linda Pointer, will you stand up, Linda? Linda was our principal for 10 years, from 1997 to 2007. And then she decided to retire. Then we have Karen Jordan. Mrs. Jordan. She was here from 2007 to 2012. We hated to see her go too, but for some reason with us after 5 years she decided she needed to retire too. And then there's Teresa. She is now our Teresa McCutcheon. She is now our principal and will be till 50 years from now. I heard her say that. I will not be around to see that, I'm sorry to say. And guys, we've had a lot of assistant principals. A lot of assistant principals. Not so much since the first principal left, but we have had a lot. So if you were an assistant principal here, will you please stand up? Vice principal before she made a principal. And then we've had a lot of teachers who have been here for a long time. And some of these teachers were here the very first year Back open. And if you were here the very first year Back open, would you stand? And then we have a lot of staff staff that have joined us today that were here for the many years that we have worked to make back what it is today. And would y'all stand? Okay, now then, believe it or not, there are former students that have come from back. If you are a former student, would you stand? I don't know if there's anybody, some of them here. I know there were former students that I had their children, so, and I still see them all the time. Okay, in our 30 years, we've lost some great teachers. While they were teaching here at BAC, we would like to recognize them right now. Phyllis Pigeon was one of the first teachers. She came in 1984, but she passed on in 1989, and she was terribly missed. Miss Stedham, which Stedham Elementary School is named after, she was here, and I don't have the years for her, but she was here for a long time too. And then Miss Lusk, and that hit us all very hard, and I don't think any of her students are here anymore, are they? No. So the kids that were here, everyone loved her. The kids loved her, and she passed. So if you will take one moment of silence for just a minute and to say thank you to those teachers who passed on. And they were teaching here when they passed on. And now let's have a moment to remember 30 years of BAC.
What I like about BAC Elementary is that everybody's being nice to me.
I love this school. This is my second home, and the people in it are my family. And it has been the teachers that are here today, the former teachers, we're all friends. We all still get together. We do things together. The people that are here are family. When somebody needs something, we're here for them. It's just one big family, and it's been one big family since we first started.
Can you please tell me what is so fun about BAC Elementary?
That you get to learn new steps.
You need to learn new steps. Okay. And
More education. She's videotaping us.
Yeah, it's amazing to think we've been here 30 years. When I first moved to Rowlett, BAC was not here. This was farmland. Actually, this was a creek, a pond. Rowlett Road was 2 lanes.
And we used to watch the longhorn cows as we would come up where now the daycare center is at the corner of Rowlett and Hickok.
what's your most favorite thing about BAC Elementary?
We jam because it's fun to play all these fun games.
As the years have grown, our families have grown, our students have all grown up, they've all graduated high school. They have kids of their own. I've had some parents that brought their kids back here for me to have them in first grade. Even after they leave, they're still family.
The reason I like BAC Elementary is because whenever I go to music, we get to play the recording.
I like BAC Elementary is that we 5th grade sites. We get to do stuff like catapults.
There are a lot of great things going on here at BAC currently. As looking towards the future, I'm definitely looking forward to hopefully integrating more STEAM activities into the curriculum. I'm a very big believer in this day and time. I mean, everything's about science, technology, engineering, and math, as well as having an artistic feel to it. And then also too, just really hopefully moving more towards towards teachers becoming true facilitators of student learning.
I like BAC Elementary because it's really fun and It's really fun because we play recess. You can play with your friends, have fun, and it's really pretty cool. I like it.
I like their excellence. The motto of it's an excellent school, and it was always an excellent school. And we always strived for our excellence, and I think that made the difference of everything.
Natalie, can you please tell me why do you like Back Elementary so much?
Because it's fun and you have a lot of field trips and music. What I like about Back Elementary is that there's a lot of good people around me.
Back was just a home. I mean, everybody here was so friendly. We were like a big family. I mean, it was like everyone depended upon everyone else. We were just really family more than just teachers at that time.
This is home, and I love coming here. I love being here, and I love the people here. I love the kids here, and I've loved the kids here for 30 years.
What is your most favorite about Back Elementary?
My most favorite about Back Elementary is you fit in everything. And when you're a new kid, you make new friends. It's easy to fit in.
It's an exciting time already here at Back Elementary, but I got a feeling these next 30 years are going to be even better than the first.
All right, one have fun. I'm now turning the program back over to the music teacher who has the sopranos for us.
Hello again. This year, for the 30th anniversary of BAC, we decided to start some new traditions. And we came up with the idea of starting an Orff ensemble when I first came. And I finally made it a reality. This is our small group that I'm going to introduce you to, and one day I hope it becomes a very large group. Let me introduce you to the Flaming Mallets.
Folk songs are songs originated from people in a country or area. Passed on by oral traditions from one singer or generation to the next.
Often existing in different versions. And marked generally by simple, modal, melody, and stanzaic narrative verse. Every culture has folk songs in its past.
These are just a few of ours that we would love to share with you.
Here is Loopy Loo.
sing happy birthday to Back Elementary.
All right, excellent job. Choir, thank you guys so much. That was awesome. All right, I'd like to give a very special thank you to our 30th anniversary committee. Please stand and wave if you hear your name. Mrs. Pat Baker, Mary Brown, Mrs. DeFeo, Ms. Beatty, Mrs. Turner, and Ms. Bratton. Thank you ladies so very much. All right, I'd also like to thank Mrs. Burleson for coming, as well as all of the former Back Elementary staff members, for GISD administration, as well as former staff members. We'll be having a little reception in the library. We'd love for you all to join us at immediately following this. All right, everybody, thank you all so much for putting on such a great show. Students, thank you guys so much for your behavior. All right, teachers, they're all yours. Thanks everybody for coming. Have a good one.